Hey, I'm Ben, and coming up, a bunch of jokes about America's 250th birthday, did Joe Biden have a stroke, and wait until you hear why this CIA officer got arrested. All that and more, but first, a volunteer firefighter was arrested for allegedly setting fires and then responding to them with his department. On his performance review, he was praised for his ability to be a self-starter. It's News Dump. Hello, and welcome back. Every day this week, I gave myself an hour a day on the internet just to scroll, see what people are talking about, then log off and write. This is my weekly show to share my jokes and get better at writing in front of whoever shows up. And, obviously, with zero budget. Alright, let's get to more news. So, this week the Treasury announced it's preparing a commemorative $250 bill with Trump's face on it. This for America's 250th birthday. There's just one little hurdle. Federal law says only a dead person can go on our money. Okay. Also for the 250th, Trump is hosting a UFC fight on the White House South Lawn. It's the first pro sporting event ever at the White House, and they've made it the manliest possible evening. Two sweaty, oiled-up men with their shirts off playing a game of grab ass on the president's lawn. All this while the crowd that hates gay people loses its mind, placing these manly American men most in their element, getting grounded and pounded. That's some fighting humor for you. This week there was an image that was tearing through my feed, and it was Trump as a beefy oil painting quarterback with tight flag shorts and surrounded by shirtless male cheerleaders. And it was during Pride Month. So I'll be honest, I wanted it to be real more than anything I've wanted in years. But it's fake. Some asshole on the internet made it. And look, we on the left love to act above all this. Facts matter, do your research, information, blah blah blah. And then this dropped, and nobody doubted it. I sure didn't. Some of us got more turned on by it than the Trumpers. But because this is a man who's posted himself as Superman, as a Jedi, and as Jesus, against that resume, a Pride Month thirst trap isn't weird. It's just the next slide in the deck. And, you know, we've hit the point where you can't tell parody from press release, and I don't know what's scarier, that the fakes got that good, or that somebody finally drew him accurately. I'll tell you what really pisses me off, that a lot of their jokes are better than mine. Fuck them sideways for that. Anyway, Joe Biden is back in the news. In a new interview, she reopened the whole presidential age debate by suggesting Joe might have had a stroke during that infamous 2024 debate. Honestly, it's a refreshing look back at simpler times, when the fall of the empire wasn't led by a felon who soils himself in meetings and diddles kids. Allegedly, of course. But people are calling this elder abuse, and honestly, that's not fair to Jill. I volunteer at a nursing home, so I can push old people down the stairs, but I never made one of them run for president. That's what makes her professional. I just do it for fun. A former CIA officer was arrested this week after the FBI raided his house and seized millions of dollars in gold bars. Gold bars. Not Panama accounts, not crypto, actual bars. In his home. Strangely, agents found the bars stacked inside a blanket fort with a sign out front that read, "One-Eyed Willie's Treasure." See? He was just playing Goonies, you guys. That was dumb. A federal judge this week blocked Trump from putting his name on the Kennedy Center and from shutting it down. So for now, the Kennedy Center survives another day, which is a little embarrassing for Trump, but I get it. He just wanted to try something new. Because traditionally, when this country wants to erase a Kennedy from public life, we've used literally every other method. An engineer has built an AI laser defense system that wiped out every mosquito in his home. It uses a complex deep learning system that detects mosquitoes and zaps them with a precision laser. And it's probably none of my business, but it feels like brain rot to over-engineer this kind of situation. Honestly, if the problem calls for building a whole defense system, bro should just move out. Your house belongs to the mosquito army now. Also an option? feet. All right, let's do some silly ones to close out this video. A 25-year-old man has died in a tragic accident after using glue as a makeshift condom. Reports say that while on drugs, he decided to slather the epoxy adhesive on his genitals to avoid getting his partner pregnant. And they say there's a Gen Z sex recession. At least someone's out here sealing the dill. New research says healthy eating isn't about cutting carbs or calories. It's about eating high-quality, unprocessed ingredients. Groundbreaking. That's this month's cover story in Also Don't Be Poor magazine. Those are my jokes. Got better one-liners than the ones I came up with? Leave them in the comments. Also, you should like and subscribe. But for now, it's time for me to log off. Cheers. Bye.